I also know the political situation in KZN very, very well. I mean, I know there's all sorts of factions in politics. I know, yeah, I mean, the same everywhere. Anyway, I know it's very dangerous because we are the hit.
Honorable Nduli is disturbing my witness.
Yeah.
Chair, sorry, point of order, Chair. Can she speak to the mic, please? Because she's...
Sorry. Yeah, I don't know whether I'm superb. Must I address the chairperson with this or with the question, Chair?
Still look at him because I see that both of you are enjoying the eye contact.
Okay. No, look. Okay, let me get back to...
It's a whole vibe happening there, Chair.
We don't know. All we can say is these people are in politics and the motive may or may not have been political. We had a very good, I'm saying because I can speak from experience, that the provincial team was doing a good job. Now, you asked about the...
Doc, the process leading to the establishment.
The process. I know that Mr. Clearly, former Minister Clearly, or whatever he wants to be called, because he loves his uniforms and being called a general, I know that he's a very powerful politician. He's a populist. He's got a lot of, he was on the national executive, I think, at that stage. So he's got a lot of sway in politics, right?
Doc,
and I think that
the process leading to the...
Yeah, I think that he drove it. That's what I'm saying. I think he drove it without a doubt. And I think, let's say this, let me put it in academic terms. Suppose they didn't like what came out at the Mkhwanazi Commission, and suppose they didn't like the fact that a lot of arrests had been made that were going to lead to some pretty senior politicians. And that was the case in two of the cases.
Let's do like that, Doc. Let's talk.
Okay. So for all we know, they could have deliberately set up a team to sabotage.
Just a moment, Honorable Nhlanhla. You went to testify at the Mkhwanazi Commission.
Yes.
And when was it?
2017. And the report was released in the middle of 2018, around the time the task team was established.
Okay. And then it is your submission here that the PKTT is as a result of the Mkhwanazi Commission.
Well, yes, that's common knowledge. They say it was because of the Mkhwanazi Commission it was actually set up. That's what the official explanation was.
Okay. And then the honorable member, when he asked you, you said that you were actively involved in the process.
Yes.
Leading to the formation of the PKTT.
No, I was involved in the process involving the Mkhwanazi Commission. The evidence leader came to me wanting lists of people killed.
Okay.
Which I gave him, and I gave evidence to the commission.
So the process leading to the PKTT, you were not actively involved.
No, I wasn't. But I mean, I looked as far as I could when I was asked to write that article. I don't know whether there was as far as I know, there was no official notice of establishing it. It was obviously an interministerial decision. Yes, you can go ahead and let's have a team. That's the way I read it.
Okay.
But I do know that it was the minister communicated to the National Commissioner at the time who established a structure for the team.
It's fine. I want to hand back to Honorable Nhlanhla to continue.
Okay.
Thanks, Chair. Doc, it does appear that you really do not know how the PKTT was established. This is what happened. This is what happened, Doc. There was a person who was murdered in KwaZulu-Natal. Then President Cyril Ramaphosa visited the home of that person and later established an interministerial committee, which is a subcommittee of cabinet, which has actually made recommendations that a task team be established to deal with political killings in KwaZulu-Natal. Now, let's leave it now. The second question would be, you reckon that those who were there before the establishment of the PKTT were actually doing the job
Yes.
greater than this. Do you know how many cases were registered politically?
That I gave to Morani Commission. And you mentioned, yes, I know the case you're talking about. It was a very prominent Ramaphosa supporter called Mkhwanazi in Pietermaritzburg. He was murdered, and the provincial detectives had arrested and charged people. And the task team came in and withdrew the charges. Yeah, that's what happened.
Doc, I am looking for stats. I'm saying, how many politically related killings, cases, were registered before the establishment of the political killings task team?
I think it was, look, I don't have those lists with me, but they were at least, but that was up until the end of 2017, I think it was something in the region. It depends on the period. I think for the period Morani wanted, there were about 150 deaths. I think something like that, but I couldn't tell you offhand. I don't have the figures here.
I was saying 150.
Before, let's do this intervention, Doc. You know, South Africans are following the proceedings, and I announced it this morning that we sometimes get feedback about the things that they see and also matters that are of interest to them. The honorable member is asking you a question about a victim who was killed in KwaZulu-Natal. And I guess that he belongs to a family there. And the family may still be grieving by now because the chapter has not been closed. And I just want to persuade you to reconsider the statement that you made to say, no, he was a prominent Ramaphosa supporter. I don't think that will be appropriate.
Okay.
You can imagine a family of Mkhwanazi if they are watching the proceedings now, and their late family member is being described as somebody's supporter, not as a citizen who unfortunately lost his life due to the political killings that were happening in that project. Do you agree with me that it might have not been appropriate to frame it the way you did?
Look, I'm not sure because it was common knowledge. It was kind of common knowledge within the ANC itself from people I spoke to because of the factions in the ANC. And that was why Ramaphosa came here, you see. So I'm not sure. I can't answer your question because I hadn't thought about it that way.
Just listen to me, Doc.
Yeah.
We say that the senior counsel must confirm are the witness that we expect produces you.
I do.
That's exactly why I say I must pay